Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Rome 2 Total War with the Caesar and Gaul campaign using the Steam Workshop mod pack Gods of War. Last time around, Mark Anthony marched over and took Vienna, even though we had a slight problem. It is turning out that the Roman legionnaires are not that much... well, I wouldn't say better than that they're not better than the barbarians, but clearly they're not like as overpowered as they was in Rome 1, that you just could count on your legionnaires pound for pound to be better than anything. So yeah, it didn't go too well. I think it's a lot to do with I actually looked at the mod pack Gods of War, and there's one of them that's increases the power of throwing spears and stuff, which obviously good for the legionnaires because they have throwing spears, but the barbarians have a lot more, so maybe I'll go ahead and just unsubscribe for that one. Make it a little bit easier for us to take on the hordes of barbarian skirmishers. With that said, this time around, we're gonna go ahead and try to relieve Bibcrate, or the Albrogs. So what we're gonna do is Mark Anthony is gonna break camp and he's gonna march north to take on the Volcanti. One other problem that I kind of realized just thinking about this campaign and so forth is I don't get replenished in territories which aren't mine, and also territories are mine but have not yet been kind of turned, have been Romanized, which means that it's going to be quite difficult to do sort of extended campaigns, because as further away I get, the further away I get from reinforcing my legionnaires. So that's going to be a problem. Kind of hindering quick expansion compared to, say, the others. Right, so we kind of saved the city. I kind of want to get these guys up to full strength and maybe even recruit an army.
Commander.
So we're gonna go ahead and fortify.
Get to work.
And then once these guys are kind of ready to hold themselves, I think what we'll do is, there's a risk there's an army hiding here or something, and I'll be out, and Mark Anthony be ambushed and completely destroyed marching through the forest. So I think the safer route is to march, even though it'd probably take longer, it's march this route to actually get to a position where we can support Caesar. And yeah, I think with that I will go ahead and end turn and see what we come up with. I'm building a load of stuff, and one thing that I also realized last time when I took this is that when you end turn, or like you don't get those 15,000 until you end turn. So I'll get them on the next turn over, so you don't immediately receive those 15,000 for capturing the settlement. Yeah, so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end turn and we'll see what transpires and what we'll be able to accomplish. Right, during the end turn, the Volcanti decide to bring their fleet to attack Narbo. However, as we can see, it's quite heavily in my favor. The thing why I might want to play it is just so I can completely, utterly, like, kill them off. But I think, to save time, we'll just out-resolve it. And we'll go ahead and do it aggressively. And we'll completely sink that fleet, which was wonderful. Unfortunately, we didn't sink that one. And just because I need the cash, I'm gonna release the captives, I think. I guess I could enslave them. Enslavement is not just the wealth gained, but it also adds on to the province. Forced labor allows you to build quicker, and it affects like I think you get more money out of industry and stuff like that. But it also means that the province will be slightly unhappy because of the influx of slaves. So you know what? We'll try it. And we're back after the end turn. Averni and the Nervi, which I believe is the two biggest faction next to me, have signed peace, which could be ominous, because then Averni could be looking towards us instead. Military sabotage. Target Julius Caesar. Supplies have been sabotaged by an enemy spy, which is not great.
Victory!
Which might mean that we suffer additional attrition, which is not great. Albrogs and that doesn't matter to us. We built some stuff. Yes, I've built these Virgilis Urbani to combat the banditry. Fleet destroyed. Go ahead and sink those to the bottom. We lost 245 in attrition during the siege, as we're building garrison army. Ah, yes. They were all enslaved and killed. Nice.
Ready for orders.
Let's see if I can see the effects of slavery. Inspired populace, early spring, civil administration, region growth. Maybe slaves will be see here. Slaves? No. But I believe that is the idea of it. I think if we go in and like look, province details. Ah, there we go. Slaves. Slave population. 10%. And economic effect. 42 plus gold. For this. Public order effect -4. So it gives slight unhappiness. But 42%. And I think that's the first time I used slaves in this area. That's pretty darn good, I'd say. So, more slaves for Rome. That's that's what we got out of that. Now they do have quite a bit of garrison here, so I really want Mark Antony to help out Caesar if we're gonna go against them. So the Albrogs have raised an army, and their garrisons are at full strength.
We hunger for battle.
So let's see, how many turns would it take? I would go so much quicker to go down like that to get to Caesar. 2 turns and I will be at Caesar. And Mark Antony could enable forced march. The thing is, oh, forced march, and I'll be there within seconds. The question is, it's a bit of a gamble because he would be ambushed, and a sizable Volecanti army would be able to hide in the forest ready to kill us. But I think it's worth it because I need to gamble a little bit because the Averni has grown so big. So there we go. Quickly march through barbarian territory. Roman speed and prowess. We simply outsped the barbarians, and Mark Antony, after saving the siege of the barbarian allied, is able to join Caesar down south, which is wonderful. I've also recruited Sixtus Sura, Gnaeus Sixtus Sura, which is a veteran of the Avocati, to go ahead and train the Mark Antony's men, and also the spy. She moves really slow, which I don't like. It takes her. I mean, armies move quicker than her. What kind of useless kind of spy is she? And also, someone said, you know, Caesar's legion he favors the 10th, which I think is even an ability he has. The favor of the 10th legion loyalty of the 10th. So at some point we will switch these legionnaires towards having him being command of the 10th, as I've put Mark Antony under the 13th. The only reason really I wanted the 13th is of course because of the series Rome, where, you know, Titus Pullo and those guys are part of the 13th that stand with Caesar. And this is kind of the time period, so right now, you know, the
Ready for
Titus
battle.
Pullo and Lucius Vorenus would be part of the 13th here somewhere. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and end turn, hope that no one attacks this place. It's a bit unguarded there. We've got a barbarian army on the border. So yeah, but I'm with the addition of Mark Antony, we will be able to assail this. The problem is going to be the bloody navies. Because I don't know if I can recruit a fleet to take them on. They will not be able to besiege and take any of the coastal cities. But I'll have to keep manning the areas, which of course will drain manpower that I cannot move inland to, say, you know, when attacking this place and completely annihilating the Volcanti. With that said, we're going to go ahead and end turn and hope that Caesar be ready to take on Massiliana and take it back for Rome. I mean, it is a Greek colony, so it wouldn't be taking back for Rome, but taking back for Rome and its allies, I'd say. Also, note how my income increased quite readily in between turns there because of my building up territory and stuff. I think it is partly due to the Vigiles Urbani that reduced the banditry, which in turn made sure that we get a load more income from this territory. And also I've been building other buildings to make sure. I built a harbor and stuff like that to increase the cash flow, so that'll be great, and we hope to do that all over the place, so we will increase income and be able to put more legions for Rome. With that said, let's go ahead and end turn and see if we can't draw into a siege at Massiliana. Military traditions. Legion 1st Gallica. The brave men of this army know many victories, and the courage facing the enemy exceeded in skilled arms. So those are the guys over at Narbo. Ludi Plebe. After Rome threw off the rule of the Etruscan kings in 510 BC to found the Republic, politics has dominated by an aristocratic patrician order who remained the strength main body of Roman citizens. What does that do to... I imagine this is, as an assertion, the pride of identity, the Ludi Plebe, or Ludi Plebe, or plebeian games were organized and hosted by the plebeian aediles and officers of public maintenance, order and festivals. Aediles. There's a lot of Roman, Latin words and stuff like that. Optimus Maximus, following the days of theatrical performance, sporting competition, and equestrian display, which means that wealth from culture and public order in all provinces, as we please the plebs with games and bread. Military sabotage attempted at Julius Caesar, but this time he shored up his camp and made short work to stamp out the sabotage attempt. Household expanded. A guard dog that goes woof increases. Oh, it will. Maybe it was the guard dog then, but it wasn't actually Caesar had it.
Ready,
It was this guy who had it.
and able.
I guess it traveled far to save Caesar. Construction report. Suburbia. Another Urbani and consecrated ground in Vienna. Good! Look at that. I've increased my money even further. 8,000 at this point. Troubled populace, though. Why is this? Troubled by their circumstances. Oh, yes. Right. Yes. No wonder they're troubled. Attrition for the 2nd Legion, which I believe is the one under command of Caesar. Which it's less than last time, so that's good. Hidden army in Labos, hidden agent, I mean. And with that,
At your command.
Mark Anthony will go to normal stance, and Caesar will take on the city. I guess this will be a longer episode because of the fact that we'll have a siege, and sieges are quite often longer affairs. But with this said,
Attack for Rome!
you know what? We'll hire a mercenary as well. Another barbarian unit. Just to fill out the army completely.
Laying siege to the
And I could
settlement.
out-resolve it, but what's the fun in out-resolving everything? I'd say we take on the barbarians by ourselves and smash the bastards. Yes, we are. So, we have a little bit of a setup until we actually go ahead and attack the walls.
Legionaries!
So I have this diversory plan built up, where Mark Anthony's force will hopefully attack unprotected walls, coming in from the back here, while Caesar will take on the harder task of actually breaking through here. They have a lot of really tough warriors, but
Field
hopefully
artillery awaiting
my
orders.
skill
Double time!
at
Ballista!
arms together with the legionnaires will be enough to break through. So my plan is, as we can see, I've focused my force here, and that has forced the enemy to focus their force here. So hopefully Mark Anthony will come in, be able to climb over the wall, get the backside and get in, and not have to fight at the walls. To have Caesar avoid fighting at the walls, we're gonna sacrifice the barbarians and try to climb somewhere, together with making a few holes. But we'll have the barbarians then focusing on where these barbarians are climbing up, hopefully somewhere here maybe, and then through holes that will break in the wall, we'll have Caesar's legions move in through there. So we kind of split the enemy force into 3 sides, hopefully. Some that will rush to deal with Anthony, some that will rush to deal with the barbarians, and then we'll leave this area here where we'll break a few holes weakened for Caesar's legionnaires to break through.
Onaga!
And with that, we've got flaming rounds, and
Loose!
let's start
Field
breaking
artillery! Yours
some
to
walls.
Fire on the enemy!
11%, and we got 5% there. Might want to move
Ballista!
this one closer. It's
Ready
kind of
and waiting.
roughly at extreme range, or extreme
Ready for
short
orders.
range for it. So it'll take some time to set this up, and I've already done quite a bit on this episode, so
Ready!
maybe
Warriors!
I want to... We'll show this, maybe, while the other units prepare to get into place.
They will bleed for us!
So they have heavy raiders, I thought it was. I don't know what these are, but they have pretty heavy units. Like, I've said it so many times, I kind of annoyed at myself at this point. But, you know, I guess maybe from Rome 1 you get this sort of sense that the legionnaires are so much better than everything, and they just smash through all the barbarian units. In this, it's not the same. It might be the mod, it might be
Skirmishers!
the game in its vanilla state, but
Shields!
it's not the same at all.
Move out!
And sometimes you can have a really difficult time dealing with them,
Warriors!
unless you're in a favorable position of your own, like the one in Narbo, where we definitely get the upper hand on our enemies. You really don't want to be moving while they're hitting you with the throwing spears. We lost quite a few guys there. I'm hoping to be able to hit these guys in the back
Skirmisher!
with these skirmishers.
Hit your targets!
Okay, you don't want to throw.
Guilds! Understood!
Frenzy and charge.
Waving that sword! Idiots!
And then we'll have the lighter skirmishers come up in the back and throw spears at them. There we go. I think we can get even closer.
Missile warriors!
But even with this, you see this heavy unit is actually just slaughtering my barbarians. Going through them like butter. Which is not great at all, because these my barbarians have a completely different plan to play.
Move it! Warriors, ready! Ready! Back! Live to fight another day!
So I kinda really want them not to die. Or as many as they've done now. So that's kind of how that fight went. They lost less than 25 men, and I probably lost like 100 or something. Maybe even more. And now I don't know why my men aren't throwing spears at the enemy.
Wait on my word!
And we have this unit now getting away,
Warriors!
having slaughtered a big part of my force. Wait, where did I station my cavalry? Oh, I forgot to move them in the beginning. Well, that's
Light
right.
horse!
I guess we'll have to station you over here, and you'll be sent in with Anthony. Oh, they're coming back. Right.
Skirmishers! Guilds!
Do you want to throw spears at this point?
Slice through there!
I didn't like the sound of that.
Warriors!
Slice through them.
Get running! Skirmishers!
Is there a bug maybe because they came off the boat?
Warriors!
And now you're throwing.
Melee fighters ready! Kill the filthy bastards! Skirmishers!
Pull back. Hopefully these guys will now throw in their back and actually kill quite a few of them.
Infantry! Guilds! Skirmishers! Melee warriors!
Why are you having such trouble
Skirmishers!
throwing spears in the back of these bastards?
We'll kill them all!
Oh, now I got... Why did I get all of Mark Anthony's troops?
Battle ready and eager! Warriors!
Damn it.
As you say, ready!
Well, I can lock them from this side and have these guys throw at them.
Skirmishers!
Throw at them. Point blank range while they're facing this unit, hopefully. And then I need to go and set Mark Anthony's troops,
Legionaries!
which I somehow managed to get all of those guys. They've not actually sent anything to deal with that.
Guilds! Battle ready!
Okay, we got that unit, so at least we're not going to be facing this unit inside the walls. Oh, they've actually drawn off the troops from this wall. Maybe to deal with the oncoming of Mark Anthony's troops. Which is great, because then the barbarians, my barbarians, should be able to get into place without having to actually fight their way over the walls. Yeah, they're moving over troops, seeing Mark Anthony's troops, or the little that they saw of them, which will open up for these, but we don't want to get through before we've broken a hole in the wall. You know what? Hold fire.
Stop!
And I will personally fire the last shot. to break the wall. So we don't fire all 4 shots. I'm hoping I'm gonna hit. And obviously I'm overshot it. And then undershot it. And then just what we needed. So it didn't matter that much actually that wow. Right, the last remaining shots will be fired on the enemy unit instead. And then if you could break down this, that would be great. 1 hit. Great.
Orders.
Maybe I'll take personal control of this one as well. Good hit. 1 more and we're through. Right, now you will hold the fire. The thing is, I think I will use these guys
Quick march.
to actually throw poisonous round on the enemy before they go into battle. That way it will reduce their melee strength and stuff like that.
Warriors.
One of the key things in taking this area is making sure that we cap the enemy archer towers, or I think because this force will most likely die, burn them so that we don't have to face them.
We await your command.
They've organized so many troops here. Would be very nice if we can get some good hits. That was a good hit. And burn these wretches. That one hit all the way over here. Right.
Warriors. We hunger for blood and battle.
Bring up the ladders then.
Warriors, move out.
And the
Romans
legionnaires
ready for duty. Legionaries. Melee troops.
will be split.
Ready for orders. Double time.
Ready to charge up through here. Mark Anthony
Brave Romans to a man.
By your
Orders. Commander, ready and waiting.
will make his play on this wall.
Legionaries, by your commander. Understood. Orders. Fire on ready the enemy. Orders.
Your orders. Romans ready for duty.
You will all go attacking Testudo. And then I think we'll march through the gate. So that's all of these guys.
Legionaries.
Now marching in.
Commander,
And that will work. See, the ballista is continuously firing over here. Mostly setting fire to the thing and missing everything.
Field artillery ready.
Waiting to fire.
Let's see if I'm better at hitting something. Overshot it. It's kind of hard to figure out where to fire. Okay, I'm not better than the actual artillery.
Warriors,
Make them bleed.
battle ready and eager.
Skirmishers.
Now.
Alright, claim the walls. That was a good hit. Mark Anthony's troops is about to charge in through there, so that'll be great. We'll strike the enemy from multiple locations. We're climbing the walls at this point. We're taking some hits from the spear throwers.
Warriors.
Let's get at them. Use the frenzy to cut these guys apart. Secondary unit will charge in as well.
Melee fighters ready. We'll kill them all. Skirmishers.
And then the skirmishers will go for the towers. possibly aid. They're not really sending over any troops now. These guys are actually breaking just against these idiots. There's no... Oh, they broke! There's no risk though, I think. So I can send over Caesar.
We hunger for blood and battle! Ready!
It might have been the frenzy ability because you lose some strength, defense strength, using that.
Warriors ready! Missile armed warriors!
Melee warriors!
I think we can afford to use one of the rechargeable Inspire on this one. And get them in properly against this skirmish unit. And having Caesar close by to inspire them. I think holding these towers will be enough to do quite a bit of damage on the enemy if they actually venture over here. But we lost that unit. I really don't like the fact that they're not sending more troops over to deal with either of these forces.
Melee troops!
We'll also tell these guys to hold fire. Okay, these two will come from the back. And these will attack from the front, and we'll take the gate and allow these to get inside. The legate and the barbarian cavalry will be close by. We sent one of their units away. I don't think they will hold against the second one. But at that point, we've already taken one of the towers here. And we can get around and maybe flank the enemy and throw spears in the back. Oh, they actually came back. That's great. Now Caesar is in risk for them to throw over the wall to kill him. Right, so the barbarians clearly weren't strong to handle this on their own. That tower is Rome, so both of these are Rome now.
Missiles ready!
Which will give us a little bit of that fire just to... you know what? We'll retreat. We'll try to. Within the range of the towers.
Eager for blood!
Which didn't really work out.
Ready!
Thing is, it's weaker troops. I think if I send in the legionnaires here, that will be enough. But we will have weakened these guys, and the thing is, the towers will fire, and that will do quite a bit of damage because usually that's how it works.
Melee infantry at your command.
Really need to get rid of this guy so that we can claim the gate. They're shaken. In between steady and shaken.
Legionaries ready and waiting.
I want to bring one of these groups
Advance at speed.
closer in so we actually start capping.
Action!
And also get completely around this unit. Will be enough to have them wavering and start to completely break down, and there we go.
Ready for
3 of
orders.
these will stay here to claim the gate. 1 will move over to capture this area. Damn, it's actually taking quite a bit of damage out of all these.
Melee troops.
Which for some reason don't have the shields above their heads at this point. But the enemy is still here. Oh, they're recapping the tower, are they? Now move down to that one. Have the enemy meet you and you can probably win that fight. Let's see, the gate is about to become ours. And there we have it. It's now controlled by Rome.
At speed!
And Mark Antony's legion is through.
Right into the double! Horsemen!
And now a horseman. We're gonna go ahead and capture this tower just to reduce the fire, and then we're gonna have them be able to swing around, hit the enemy in the back.
We await your command.
Some of the bigger units will be moved over here to focus on this side.
Jupiter gives us strength.
These two
At speed!
will move over there.
Horsemen! Legionaries!
These two will be moving over there.
Proud Romans all!
And these two will be kind of as reserves,
At speed!
focusing on other areas.
Fire! Enjoy
And in this point, I'll tell everyone to be firing at will. We're gonna have to dismount one to completely, or maybe I don't need to burn it.
Legionaries! Double time!
Throwing spears back and forth at each other. Absolutely devastating the front of those.
Romans, ready for duty!
Cavalry coming in there. Form to...
Horsemen! Quickly now!
which one did I tell to dismount? Or I didn't tell one to dismount.
Take their heads!
We're holding off the cavalry, we're holding off one unit over there, we're holding the tower. They're still not sending over that many units. This guy won that fight. Claim this tower again. Slow and methodically, we're gonna win this. Fire damage. Mark Antony is inspiring the cohort that's fighting over here. They've yet to attack these guys, but I'm hoping they commit all three, which they did, so I can send up these two, corner them and destroy them. Oh, this one's getting destroyed by the cavalry. Cannot see if we can save this one, just because it will be so expensive to try and re-recruit that one. Okay, this one's on fire. It's burning, slowly burning down. The reason why I'm not sending in the cavalry over there is because my cavalry is kind of shit. And now we're boxing these guys in. Which means that these guys should take quite a morale hit, being attacked from both sides. Warcry is against the enemy. So Mark Antony screamed at that unit so much that he broke. And we'll pile on all the cohorts now to break that area. At the same time, this tower is now mine. They're not really doing anything here, but I guess we'll prepare for Caesar's legions to attack through the openings. But first we'll throw some dead animals over the walls. So there we go.
Legionaries, by your command!
Roman tactics won the day.
Melee infantry ready! Advance at speed! Legatus!
And you might wonder, you might have realized, if you pay close attention, that I should have had 5 units of barbarians. The problem was that I had to redo the battle because I forgot to set up the time to be at, let's see, what is it? More than 20 minutes, which I had said before. I kind of explained about the what's it called? The naval battles in Narbo, the first ones. Let's see if we can just neutralize that tower. Legions can capture this, which will give me a morale boost, or I guess reduce the enemy. And the thing is, when I fought that one the first time, where I kind of halfway through realized the time was going to run out, it's a lot harder than it seems this time around, or as this battle seems. I think we'll break through here first.
Field artillery ready. By your command.
We're ready to fire some cattle here.
Ready for orders. At the double.
Melee infantry.
Legionnaires ready to move forward.
Advance at speed.
Your orders.
Mark Anthony moving through. So this one's now Roman.
Brave Romans to a man.
Means these can move through. This one is no longer enemy. It's kind of in between. So we'll burn it. I want to capture this. These guys getting through here. Got kind of a strong unit there. And then the final push, when we'll be able to strike these guys from all sides. Oh,
Legionaries.
the really small one
Advance at speed.
will retreat,
Melee troops
and the other
awaiting
two
orders.
will hold. Or is he going for Mark Anthony?
Engage.
Which is...
Riders, advance.
Shit.
Legatus.
Honor and glory. By your command. We await your command.
Proud Romans.
Everyone back.
Legatus.
God damn it.
Sons of Mars.
He broke through and attacked Mark Anthony. Jesus.
Legionaries.
And that kind of breaks up the plan, and that means that I could lose him. And now all of these idiots are moving. God.
Proud Romans all.
Right. Fire cattle on these guys.
Sons of Mars.
You advance.
Legatus.
Thing is, last time it didn't tell me that he had died. So I wonder if it will tell me this time if he dies. It should. But given that he's down to 20 men, it's not looking good, is it? Okay, we destroyed the enemy there.
We await orders.
Legionaries.
But
At speed.
it wasn't good, was it?
Legatus.
Where is the legate? Damn it, I don't see him. Is that him? Could very well be that guy.
Follow me. As you command.
Damn.
At your service.
Bloody barbarians ruining my day every day. What are you guys doing? Get in there. You three attack from this side. You attack here. You will go over there. How come my legates
Legionaries.
has got so poor stats?
Advance.
We broke that one.
Romans ready for duty.
And we're kind of breaking that one. We're kind of breaking that one.
Brave Romans.
These guys moving over here. I mean, we're winning, but
Ready and waiting.
it's kind of bittersweet if I manage to lose.
Jupiter gives us strength.
If I manage to lose Mark Anthony a second time. Oh, why didn't I utilize the cavalry there?
Come on.
Could have charged the enemy in the back. Okay, the legionnaires killed the enemy over there.
Your orders, as you command.
Orders. Riders.
Caesar's ready to move in. We throw in Pilum at the same time as we charge in.
Let's charge!
And now these guys come
Charge!
bearing gifts from behind. And this one is about to turn on the flank here. And will end the enemy here. Stab that bastard. And the levies are running.
Legionaries!
Okay, now they're all running.
Allied troops!
There we kinda have it.
Horsemen! Legionaries!
If it weren't for the fact that we've got one bastard left up at the top.
Yours to command!
The enemy general has been sitting
Legatus!
and
Ready.
doing whatever he does
Battle
in the center.
The generals are proud!
But now we realize, oh, you know what? There's a battle going on. When the entire legion is moving to attack him.
At speed!
Definitely need to capture the archer towers, and then we'll see about how we can surround this guy.
Melee infantry at your command! Advance at speed! Your orders! At speed! Legatus!
Commander.
And then we have the
Understood.
legates. Okay, all the
Legionaries!
sizable units are all the ones
Brave
with
Romans to a man.
spears.
At the double!
Will move to the front.
Legionaries!
All the really weak ones
Yours to command!
will be moved away.
Sons of
And then the
Mars.
remnants
Legionaries! Legionaries! Jupiter gives us strength. Commander!
will form second rank. And that'll be the battle plan. Tell me I've got these towers. There we go, that one's mine. And now... let's see, there, that's one's mine now.
Double time! Legionaries!
Didn't I
Sons of Mars! Legionaries!
order these ones?
By your command! Advance at speed!
Forward. Oh, we're capturing this as well. Whatever this is, Stonehenge type building. I think we'll send some of the guys from the back here to attack the general in the back.
Orders! Legionaries! By your command!
So these four
Quick
move over
march!
here and move through there.
Legionaries! Sons of Mars!
These will be backup.
And the double! Legionaries!
And then the
Allied
guys
troops!
with spears, with
At the
Pilum
double.
still, will be moving forward. We'll use the medium pillar and hopefully devastate the enemy general. Maybe I should have moved them in from the back, but I want this over with right now. He's probably gonna attack us if we go straight here.
Legionaries!
But now they're
Double time.
throwing.
Romans ready for duty! We
I
await
kind
your
of want to be
command.
closer though when I throw.
At the double! And the double! Proud Romans all! Quick march!
Okay, now they're attacking.
Ready your weapons! Legionaries!
And we'll have the second line
As you command!
throw in the back. Kind of overthrow a little bit. But definitely did some good there.
Infantry ready!
And now join in the fight. These guys ready to charge in from the back. We'll have Caesar join in. Oh. Caesar join in. Inspire the men to crush the enemy. Looks like the legionnaires are doing a pretty darn good job cutting the enemy down. And now the tower is on our side.
Commander, at your service.
We'll just
By your command.
use everything. Inspire the shit out of them.
Ready for orders! Quick march!
To the point where we kinda, I think, capturing the center a little bit. We are gaining ground. We started off, I think, over here, and we've slowly pushed them back. They're holding the line, but I mean, once the extra troops come in from the back, there's no contest. And we can start to see them there.
Brave Romans to a man! Advance at speed!
Oh, and we've started to come in on the flanks as well. Oh, and there we go. Close victory. Right, let's go back to the campaign map then. And there we have it. Victory. We'll go ahead and occupy.
We hunger for battle.
And then from here, we'll move on to greater things. The only problem is, yeah, they still have a navy. And this place, Massalia, I said that wrong earlier, doesn't have a garrison. It does not have garrison. Which means, I guess we'll have to station Mark Antony there, and then Caesar on his own has to continue here. But I kind of want to have a spy or something check this place out before we go ahead and attack that. But that leaves very little for the Volcanti. And with that, I'm gonna end this episode as well, which has been a slightly longer one, but that's to be expected with a siege. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!